In the soft hush of night, you and I embark upon a gentle journey, chasing whispers that speak of things unseen, teeny pieces, eternal and small, that dance quietly beneath your skin and the world around you. Each breath you take is the song of the invisible, threading you through time and space, inviting peace and curiosity to settle together like calm waves in a serene sea. As we listen closely, the atom begins to tell its ancient story, a story not just of matter but of connection, mystery, and endless possibility. Imagine yourself lying quietly beneath an endless velvet sky, your body sinking deep into the soft cradle of your bed. The room is dim, the air still, and your breath, slow and even, begins to echo the rhythm of the universe. Tonight, I invite you to join me on a journey to the very edge of what can be seen, beyond the realm of fingers and eyes, where the world whispers softly in particles too small to grasp. The story begins not far away or long ago, but right within you, in the atoms that cradle your form. These atoms are the gentle architects of your being, the invisible dancers that hide inside everything from the air you breathe to the beat of your heart. Imagine each atom as a quiet star, tiny and timeless, spinning stories in the silence. What if I told you that these small, unseeable pieces are the notes in the universe's lullaby? Long before the stars were called by their names, before cities even dreamed of stone and fire, ancient philosophers wondered about the nature of these whispers of matter. They asked themselves, what if the world is made of tiny, uncuttable bits pieces, so small they are eternal? They called these pieces atomos, meaning unbreakable, like little seeds of everything you see, everything you feel. Picture a stone in your hand, solid and steady. Now, imagine breaking that stone in half, then half again, and again, endlessly. Could you keep breaking it until nothing remained? Ancient thinkers believed there was a final piece, a smallest particle that could not be broken further, a single, perfect whisper. That whisper began a story stretching across millennia. The atom, once a quiet thought in a philosopher's mind, became the cradle of curiosity. Imagine atoms like swarms of dust, motes in a sunbeam, twisting, spinning, and bumping softly through an invisible ocean, an ocean called the void. The void itself, a space of pure nothingness, once seemed impossible to imagine. Yet these atoms float freely within it, unseen travelers on a calm sea of emptiness. As your breath deepens, think of your body not as solid or fixed, but a city of atoms quietly humming, each one moving like a tiny dancer stepping softly on a dark stage. Some atoms are round and smooth, others jagged and hooked. They twirl, collide, and embrace, forming the essence of stone, water, air, and even the fire within your spirit. Though early thinkers imagined these bits of matter with only shape and motion, the idea would sparkle into life with discovery. Over the centuries, the atom is more than a mere point. It is a symphony of movement and space, of energy and stillness. Imagine that beneath your skin, an invisible dance unfolds, a whispering ballet where each step is both particle and possibility. Your mind might wonder, if these atoms are so small, how can they hold the vast oceans, the endless skies, the pulse of your heartbeat? The secret is the space between the atoms, between the particles inside atoms, the great quiet that binds and organizes, like the stillness between musical notes that gives melody its meaning. So, as you begin to let your thoughts float freely, picture the atom not as a solid frozen marble but as a gentle cloud of wonder, a place where whispers turn into stories and nothing is quite as it seems. The journey inward, through these invisible realms, is like stepping deeper and deeper into a still forest, where every leaf, every breath of wind, holds a secret waiting to be understood. Here's a thought to cradle as you drift towards sleep. What if the universe you think you know, the world of shapes, colors, and sounds, is truly made of these tiny, invisible dancers, moving slowly in the dark, softly weaving everything you cherish? What other secrets are humming quietly, just waiting for you to listen? Remember, this gentle voyage has only just begun. The atom, with its silent dance and endless stories, will guide us further to discoveries that are as profound as they are peaceful, as curious as they are comforting. For now, breathe deeply, sink quietly into the night, and let the whispers of the invisible lull your mind into a calm and wondrous rest. Good night, fellow traveler of the small and strange. Tomorrow, when you wake, these whispers will still be here, soft, steady, and full of promise. Softly now, we step into a timeless dance where earth, air, water intertwine, each a whisper of nature's grand design. You and the world around you are made of these shifting qualities, flowing and transforming in a delicate balance. As the dance unfolds, ancient dreams of turning lead to gold fade into the quiet work of observation, measurement, and wonder. This chapter invites you to move gently with the rhythm of transformation, discovering how the mysterious alchemists and thoughtful seekers began to glimpse the changing heart of matter beneath it all. As your breathing sinks deeper and steadier, allow your thoughts to drift through time, back to an age when the world was still a place of mystery and magic, yet poised on the edge of understanding. Imagine a quiet room, filled with flickering candlelight and curious minds, pondering the elements: earth, air, fire, and water. They seem simple and familiar: the soil beneath your feet, the breeze brushing your skin, the warm glow of a flame, the gentle stream of water. But to the ancient alchemists and philosophers, these were the profound building blocks of life and matter. Picture these four elements as dancers in an eternal ballet, each with its own temper and grace. Earth moves slow and steady, solid and grounding, a silent strength beneath everything. Air floats light and swift, unseen yet everywhere, whispering through leaves and lungs alike. Fire bursts bright and restless, a flicker of transformation that can warm or consume. Water flows fluid and deep, weaving through spaces, soft but powerful. In their dance, these elements touch, merge, and shift, crafting all that you see and feel. For centuries, these elemental qualities shaped how people understood the world's mysteries. It was a poetic vision, rich with symbolism and life, filled with hidden correspondences. Perhaps your own body feels connected to these elements: warm breath like fire, steady bones like earth, flowing blood like water, and the air that carries your whispered dreams. In this dance, nothing is static. Everything moves in harmony. Now imagine the alchemists, part scientist, part mystic, working at their benches covered with glass vessels, powders, and strange symbols. They sought to understand the hidden essence of things, to purify and transform matter, and even to unlock the secrets of life and immortality. Their famous quest, turning ordinary metals into gold, a dream shimmering like a distant star. But beneath those shimmering hopes was a deeper yearning to see the invisible nature of change itself. They sensed that matter could combine, separate, and evolve, and that these transformations were not random but followed secret laws. Without microscopes or modern tools, alchemists worked with intuition, observation, and rich metaphor. Their symbolic language, the four elements combined with sulfur, mercury, and salt, was their way to describe the invisible dance of forces. Let your mind wander gently to a dusty parchment, where an alchemist sketches swirling patterns to capture the dance between fire and water, earth and air qualities shifting in response to heat and cold, wet and dry. This framework, passed down from ancient philosophers and embraced by cultures across the world, from the twisting streets of medieval Europe to the bustling cities of the Islamic Golden Age, and the quiet mountain temples of China, was a worldview where science and spirit once moved intertwined. Picture scholars in candlelight, translating and copying texts, discussing how metals like mercury and sulfur might combine in hidden proportions to give rise to new forms they haven't yet seen. Atoms, but they are sorting and classifying substances, watching how metals melt, acids burn, and colors change. They sense a structure beneath the chaos, a secret harmony. As you breathe, imagine the gentle turn from alchemy's poetic vision toward a new approach, one reaching for clarity in nature's language through measurement and experiment. In the 17th century, curious minds began questioning the classical idea that the elements were fixed and unchanging. They peered at air, once thought to be weightless and formless, and discovered it was something far more real, something that could be weighed, compressed, and studied. Think of Robert Boyle in his candlelit laboratory, patiently pumping air out of chambers, watching candles dim and animals gasp in a shrinking world where the invisible began to reveal its secret presence. Air wasn't a ghost. It was a substance made of countless tiny particles in motion, pushing, colliding, and giving rise to pressure, temperature, and breath itself. Allow yourself to feel the gentle pulse of discovery, measured, patient, grounded in the rhythm of trial and error. Boyle's experiments cracked open a door to understanding matter in terms of parts and motion. Moving gradually from philosophical guesswork towards scientific clarity, imagine him reading his skeptical chemist manuscript, urging fellow seekers to observe, measure, and think carefully rather than chase old mystical ideas. And alongside these experiments flourished new insights by thinkers like Robert Hooke, whose curiosity ranged from biology to architecture. Hooke peered through the lenses of early microscopes and revealed worlds of tiny springs and fibers, nature's hidden scaffolding. This was a world growing sharper, clearer world, where atoms might yet whisper their long-hidden secrets. Take a moment now to float gently with the gradual unfolding of knowledge, like leaves settling on a slow-moving stream. Think of Antoine Lavoisier, whose hands weighed and measured with painstaking care, transforming chemistry forever. In a shining laboratory filled with copper instruments and sealed glass vessels, he discovered that when things burned or combined, matter did not vanish or appear out of nowhere. Instead, it changed form, obeying a steady rule, the law of conservation of mass. Feel the steady pulse of this truth. Matter is neither created nor destroyed, only transformed. This was a seed of certainty in a world full of mystery. Lavoisier's clear measurements made chemistry less like alchemical magic and more like a language you could read and write. He named oxygen, helped identify elements, and laid important foundations for the periodic order that would come. Yet, the world around him swirled with upheaval. The French Revolution roared and threatened his life, reminding us gently that the path of knowledge is not without danger. His death, swift and harsh, echoes like a warning bell, reminding us how fragile the light of discovery can be. As your thoughts drift, picture chemistry becoming less a hidden art and more a shared human endeavor, a grand experiment unfolding across time and space. The whispered ideas of four elements mingle and grow into precise measurements, chemical symbols, and the slow dance toward understanding the parts of the world. A quiet teacher in England named John Dalton takes up the ancient whisper once more. He looks not to mysticism but to numbers, to patterns in the way gases mix and combine. Dalton imagines atoms not just as invisible bits, but as real things with weight, with identity building blocks that fit together in predictable ways, like tiny colored bricks in the great mosaic of matter. Think of Dalton drawing simple circles, assigning weight and property, turning mystery into language, and bringing atoms out of shadows and into the light of counting and order. He opens our eyes to a world where matter can be weighed, measured, and understood with beautiful precision. And with that precision, the dance of the elements becomes a story of tiny, discrete steps, not mystical essences, but individual particles, moving in harmony and pattern. The four elements transform from poetic metaphors into the groundwork for modern chemistry, where you and I become part of an ever-growing, unfolding tale of discovery. So as you nestle deeper into rest, listen softly to the dance all around and inside. Youth are shifting, swirling elements, moving through forms and flames, through clouds and currents. The ancient world turns toward clarity with patient curiosity, and you are gently carried forward on the current of knowledge and wonder. Let this be your lullaby tonight. The dance of earth, air, fire, and water continues, like a breeze on your skin or the warmth of your breath. And within that dance, the atom itself waits patiently to tell more of its whispered story. Asterisk, where will the whispers lead us next? The dance invites you to listen and dream. Breathe in deeply and imagine a world within you where tiny seeds of matter stir gently, unseen but endlessly alive. They whisper stories as old as time, of order woven in mystery, and light born from shadow. Tonight, you journey further into the soft heart of the atom, where discovery is a quiet unfolding, and the smallest things hold the grandest secrets. Let your mind float with these invisible dancers, and rest in the calm rhythm of wonder. Close your eyes for a moment, and picture the air around you. It seems empty, silent, a gentle nothingness. Yet, if you breathe slowly, feel the rise and fall of your chest. The invisible particles you cannot see swirl with life. For centuries, people wondered, is air truly nothing, or is it made of something? This question, delicate as a whispered breeze, leads us to the first cracks in the ancient beliefs. Almost 400 years ago, a curious explorer of nature named Robert Boyle decided to weigh the invisible. Boyle wasn't content with ideas that floated on guesswork like clouds. He wanted numbers, measurements, certainty. With friends in a laboratory filled with glass and brass, he sucked air out of sealed chambers and watched life flicker. Candles went out, tiny creatures struggled, sounds faded. Air was no longer ethereal, It was something real, something with weight, shape, and behavior. Boyle discovered that when you squeeze air into a smaller space, it pushes back more fiercely. When spread out, it relaxes and softens. This simple push and pull revealed a dance of particles, moving in spaces between themselves, bumping and swirling in a choreography invisible to the naked eye, but unmistakably real. This was the beginning of understanding gases, matter, and the space in which atoms would later be found resting. Now, imagine yourself sitting by a softly glowing fireplace in the 1700s, surrounded by scholars pondering fire and air and earth. Antoine Lavoisier was one such man, known for his sharp mind and careful hands, while others spoke of mysterious phlogiston, a magical fire essence released when things burned. Lavoisier weighed every ingredient, every gas, every residue with unwavering precision. He found that nothing really disappeared. It only transformed, moving from one form to another, like water changing to steam but never vanishing. Lavoisier named oxygen, the very element that breathes life into fire, understanding that burning wasn't about losing some invisible substance, but adding oxygen to the mix. His laboratory was a place of order, not magic, as if chemistry itself had learned to breathe and speak in clear numbers and laws. His discovery that mass is conserved in reactions planted seeds for viewing matter as a system of interacting parts. With this growing sense of order, a quiet revolution began. Matter could be measured, predicted, organized. Enter John Dalton, a teacher with a calm spirit and a meticulous mind. He looked beyond fire and air, diving into the world of gases and their mysterious behaviors. Dalton wondered, if air and gases are made of particles, could each kind have its own unique identity? Could they be counted and weighed? Dalton imagined atoms as tiny balls, each elemental kind, different and indivisible, like beads in a cosmic necklace. Matter was a vast collection of these beads, combining in simple, whole number ratios. His ideas weren't passed with a bursting trumpet, but scribbled quietly in notebooks, where symbols began to represent atoms and their bonds. Dalton's vision gave chemistry a language and a shaped way to explain why water was always water, and why certain substances behaved like companions or strangers. As you breathe gently now, picture Dmitri Mendeleev, a man with a thick beard and a heart full of curiosity, arranging the elements like a deck of cards. He shuffled and reshuffled these elemental cards, whispering to himself, listening for patterns in their properties. When he lined them up by weight and behavior, a marvelous rhythm emerged, properties repeated in cycles, like waves rolling back and forth on an endless beach. Mendeleev's periodic table was not just a list, but a dance group of metals and gases, each family with cousins close and distant. Remarkably, he left empty seats at the table for friends he foretold would come along later. His foresight was a testament to listening deeply to nature's subtle song, and like a gentle promise, those missing elements were found just as he had predicted, a quiet end to doubt and a beginning to scientific harmony. Now, come closer to a mysterious glass tube glowing faintly in a dimly lit laboratory, where a high voltage hums quietly, and a greenish glow streams from one end to the other. These were cathode rays, strange beams that didn't fit the old stories of atoms as tiny solid marbles. Joseph John Thomson, with a mind both playful and precise, bent these rays with magnets and found that they were carried by particles 2,000 times lighter than the smallest known atom. These particles had a name, electrons. Suddenly, atoms were no longer invisible, solid spheres. They were clouds, intricate with subparts, delicate and charged, like tiny batteries holding secret forces inside. Thomson imagined the atom as a plum pudding, soft and fuzzy, with electrons nestled inside a positively charged cloud, though it was only the first sketch in an evolving portrait. Imagine then a moment of surprise. Alpha particles fired at a thin sheet of gold foil bounced back like tiny cosmic cannonballs. Ernest Rutherford, with eyes bright for discovery, saw that atoms must contain a dense, solid centaur nucleus that held almost all the mass, while electrons spun far away in a vast emptiness, more ghost than matter. The atom was no longer simple. It was a universe within itself, a starry system where unseen forces held fast what seemed impossible to hold together. Yet the nucleus was puzzling. How could like charges cluster without tearing apart? The answer came with James Chadwick's discovery of the neutron, a neutral companion to the positively charged proton, silently binding the heart of the atom, giving it balance and mass. Rest, gentle traveler, in the hum of these revelations. The atom's heart is crowded but calm, a cozy room where particles whisper and cling. Neutrons, like quiet mediators, give the nucleus its quiet strength. They are the silent keepers of time and change, enabling atoms to vary in mass, yet remain themselves, giving rise to isotopes. Slight variations that tell stories of stars and age. And now, as your breath slows even more, consider the elusive glow of light, the most familiar visitor in this tiny atomic dance. Light defies easy words, sometimes wave, sometimes particle, sometimes both, slipping through slits as if dancing through two worlds at once. It carries energy in indivisible packets, photons, each a whisper of quantum mystery and clarity. Niels Bohr steps softly into the spotlight, suggesting electrons move not in any path but in step-quantized orbits, like rungs on a ladder stretching around the nucleus. Electrons jump, emitting light like footsteps in a dark room, telling the atom's story in sharp, beautiful lines. The journey grows stranger yet. Werner Heisenberg reveals that you cannot know exactly where an electron is and how fast it moves at the same time. The tiniest flickers of reality resist precise capture. This uncertainty is not flaw but foundation. The universe's rhythm is a jazz of possibility, not a clock of certainty. Erwin Schrödinger paints the atom not as a clockwork but as a fogger, cloud of probability where electrons hover in zones of likelihood, never fixed until seen, like whispers collapsing when heard. His famous thought experiment of a cat, both alive and not, calls us to ponder a world where observation shapes reality. Fields ripple and vibrate beneath all things. Quarks and gluons pirouette inside the nucleus, held by the strongest force. In nature, a cosmic dance so fierce, it binds the heart of matter itself. From this dance comes the sturdy table you rest on, the warm light bathing your room, the invisible network of forces shaping all. Now, as you nestle deeper into your pillow and the quiet hum of atoms surrounds you like a lullaby, remember, you, your breath, the very air and light, are part of this timeless dance, made not just of matter but of possibility, woven in patterns, sung by particles and waves, held by forces old as stars. Let your thoughts drift gently on this breeze of atoms, mysterious yet familiar, elusive yet real. The universe's smallest, whispers cradling you softly, inviting you to dream of a world that is at once simple and profound, a world where curiosity flows as effortlessly as your breath, and wonder is the quiet pulse beneath all things. Sleep now, traveler of the small and strange, cradled in the gentle heartbeats of the atom, dreaming of stardust and light, uncertainty and possibility. Tomorrow, as the sun rises, you will awaken still listening, still curious, still a part of this beautiful, unfolding mystery. Close your eyes gently and listen to the soft hum of progress flowing through time. From ancient whispers to brilliant discoveries, the dance of atoms shapes the world's song anew. Tonight, you sail on waves of light and shadow, drifting deeper into the peaceful pulse of science. As your breath slows and your body softens into rest, imagine the gentle pulse of a hidden river beneath the surface of the world. It flows quietly and steadily, unseen, but shaping everything it touches. This is the pulse of progress, carried by the atoms themselves, moving with a rhythm older than time but forever new. You find yourself beside that river now, watching the light catch on its surface as the story continues. The story of how we learned to breathe with atoms, listen to their whispers, and finally begin to speak their language. The atom, once thought whole and simple, is now a tiny universe within your body and your home. But how do these atoms, endlessly small and bustling, become the familiar things you know? The warmth of a fire, the shimmer of a star, the steady glow of your nightlight. It turns out the answer lies in the way atoms bond, a delicate choreography, a silent conversation of attraction and permission. Picture two dancers on a stage, drawn close by an invisible thread. They circle, reach, and hold just long enough to share a step before parting gently to meet others. Atoms behave in much the same way. Their electrons, those tiny clouds of possibility, reach out and link to neighbors, forming bonds that build patterns, pairs, chains, sheets, and spirals, creating the fabric of every object you encounter. These bonds are neither harsh nor static. They are alive with potential, shifting subtly with light and heat, breathing softly with the flow of energy. When you touch a warm cup of tea or listen to a quiet melody, the atoms hold their dance, exchanging the tiniest quivers of energy that ripple into the sensations you feel. Now, slow your thoughts as you drift into the discovery made by a gentle soul named Michael Faraday. Faraday listened deeply to the invisible forces. Sensing more than just matter, he saw the whispers of electricity and magnetism weaving through atoms like ghostly threads. He found that moving an electric charge through these threads could light a lamp, power a motor, or send a message across oceans. Your body is a resting circuit of this same electricity, a soft current flowing quietly in your nerves, telling your heart to beat and your fingers to move, knowing that light and life flow as electricity connects you intimately to the universe's endless dance. But the journey does not pause there. Imagine stillness, then a sudden heartbeat, the spark of radioactivity, discovered by Henry Becquerel as an echo from within atoms themselves. Some atoms, it seemed, carried a secret power, a slow unfolding of energy from their core. This power, at once feared and revered, would rewrite the possibilities of energy, medicine, and technology. As you inhale softly, imagine the nurturing glow of sunlight, born from fusion deep within the stars. Fusion is the joining of light atoms into heavier ones, releasing warmth and light in a cosmic embrace. It is the sun's ancient kindness, reaching billions of miles to touch your skin and fill your world with life. Scientists dream of capturing this stellar hug on Earth, to power cities and soothe climates chill. Though the fire of fusion demands temperatures hotter than 1,000,000 suns, we chase it with swirling magnetic cages and alloyed hope. Seeking a quiet sun held gently in a man-made hand, picture yourself wrapped in a blanket, as gentle as the magnetic fields cradling fusion plasma. Feel the patience and courage of the scientists who light these dream fires, who wait for that quiet moment when fusion's warmth can be entrusted to the world. While the atom hides infinite complexity, it also offers comfort, like the hum of an MRI machine that listens to the magnetic whispers of hydrogen in your own cells. This machine paints pictures, not with light, but with the subtle spins and nods of atomic nuclei, revealing hidden stories of health and healing without disturbance. This quiet collaboration between science and your body is a tender reminder. The secrets of atoms have become friends, helping doctors see without touch and heal without pain. Let your mind float further into the hum of quantum leaps, where information is no longer just ones or zeros, but shimmering qubits existing in many states all at once. Picture a quantum computer, delicate and strange, orchestrating possibilities in a silent ballet of entangled particles. These quantum machines are newborn stars in the science sky, promising to solve puzzles too deep for even the fastest classical technology. They invite you to imagine a future where atoms are not only the building blocks of matter, but also of thought and creativity itself. From the edge of this vision, think of nanotechnology, the art of shaping matter atom by atom, crafting materials that heal themselves, fabrics that resist stains like morning dew escapes the leaf. At this tiny scale, gold turns ruby red, and carbon forms tubes stronger than steel, but as light as a whisper. This is the world where your fingertips now reside, poised to shape matter in ways our ancient ancestors could only dream of. Now is the quiet brush, painting futures on the surface of the smallest things. As the night deepens, you feel the world's atoms folding, unfolding, linking in endless patterns like the gentle falling of leaves, or the rhythmic beating of your heart. Every breath you take is a dance of oxygen atoms weaving into blood cells. Every thought a flicker of charged particles racing through your mind's circuits. In this soft glow, science becomes a story not just of discovery, but of belonging. You are made of the same cosmic dust as distant stars, the same quivering atoms whose vibrations hum in your fingertips and echo in the galaxies as sleep gently calls. Allow yourself this quiet wonder. The universe, complex and infinite, also lives peacefully in your body and breath. The smallest particles, once thought simple and silent, are alive with rhythm and possibility. In this moment, you carry the heartbeat of atoms, a pulse unbroken since the dawn of time, a whispering dance of energy and matter, certainty and mystery. So, as you sink deeper into your dreams, know that the atom story flows on, unfolding, revealing, inviting. And tomorrow, as your eyes open softly, you will awaken still part of this beautiful, quiet revolution. Still listening, still wondering, still carried by the gentle pulse of progress. In the quiet space between breath and dream, a tapestry unfolds beneath your skin, invisible threads weave you and the world in soft patterns of light, life, and time. Tonight, we listen to the molecules that hum beneath the silence. As you settle deeper into rest, let your mind drift into a delicate web, a living fabric spun from atoms that gather, fold, and dance to create the essence of life itself. Imagine it as a vast, silent loom, weaving you and everything around you into a seamless whole. The atom, once a solitary note, becomes part of a grand symphony, joined with others into molecules, the quiet architects of all that lives and moves. Molecules are like friendships between atoms, bonds of trust and exchange, holding hands across the void to form colors, tastes, scents, and the breath that fills your lungs. Feel your body a garden blooming with molecules. The water that nourishes your cells, the proteins that repair and build, the sugars that fuel your heartbeat, and the fats that soften and sustain. They move and interact, a constant ebb and flow, as natural as the tides caressing the shore. Now picture one special molecule, Na, a twisted, spiraling ladder nestled deep inside your cells, tenderly holding the stories of your ancestors. It's not just a molecule, it's the memory of life itself, a quiet librarian recording the whispers of generations, in the language of 4 letters, A, T, C, and G. Each letter pairs like puzzle pieces, folding and unfolding to compose the instructions. For every breath you take, every step you make, DNA is a shimmering blueprint, constantly copying and passing its tale from parent to child, story whispered through time, in quiet rhythms of chemical call and response. In the stillness of your mind, imagine the first flickers of life, when molecules found each other like old friends in a dark room, aligning into patterns that sparked the first gentle pulse of living things. From those first sparks emerged sprawling trees, humming insects, and you an intricate cluster of atoms dreaming beneath the stars. Molecules not only build but communicate. In your body, they chatter quietly, sending messages across immense distances in miniature highways of nerve signals and chemical pulses. Think of neurotransmitters as tiny messengers, hopping from one cell to another, weaving thoughts, feelings, and memories. Each thought you cradle is a rippling wave of molecules dancing in your brain's labyrinth. Even as your eyelids grow heavy, those waves softly pulse, like gentle waves kissing the shore, slowly guiding you into dream. Sleep itself is a mysterious reunion, your body's way of stitching together the day's fragments, filing memories, and repairing the fabric of your being. As molecules carry nutrients to tired cells and clear away what no longer serves, your body hums a lullaby of renewal. Breathe in deeply. The oxygen molecules flowing into your lungs are tiny travelers embarking on a journey of voyage from the air into your blood, racing through capillaries to reach each cell. They exchange greetings with mitochondria, those whispering powerhouses, igniting the fire of energy that keeps you alive. Energy flows, not as a flood, but as a carefully tended flemmer dance of electrons traveling through molecular chains, stepping down energy ladders like dancers descending softly into the night. This flow is silent, effortless, a cosmic choreography, happening deep within your flesh as you rest. The molecules that make you up have stories etched in their bond stories, of sunlit forests, ancient oceans, and stars exploded long before you dreamed of this moment. They carry history in their shapes, chemistry in their touch, and poetry in their patterns. Let your thoughts settle on the wonder of molecular machines, tiny structures so exquisite, so precise, they rival human engineering. Enzymes fold and unfold like master locksmiths, unlocking doors to chemical reactions essential for your every heartbeat. Amid this molecular dance lies a profound truth. Life is fragile and resilient, ordered and chaotic, simple and infinitely complex. In every drop of your body's water, every protein strand, there is a balance between the predictable and the unknown. Much like the ebbing rhythm of night and day, as your body softly exhales, imagine the molecules in the soil outside and stirring, feeding roots that pulse with quiet life beneath your window. Life above and below ground is woven together by these molecules, quietly sharing energy and information in cycles as old as the earth. Tao. Let the hum of molecular bonds become a gentle wave, soothing and familiar. Your body is a living story, written in the language of chemistry and light. It is a place where science's quietest secrets shimmer, where the invisible becomes the foundation of all you are. In this soft twilight, The boundary between you and the universe dissolves until you feel the molecules of your pillow, your clothes, your breath, connecting with the atoms scattered across the cosmos. You are a node in an infinite network, a collection of whispers carried on the wind of time, before sleep carries you fully away. Hold this thought close. Everything that lives, trees, stars, and you is a celebration of molecules in motion, unveiling the deep poetry written in the language of life. Each atom's bond, each molecular twist, a note in the eternal lullaby of existence. And as your mind sinks into dreams, remember how even the tiniest molecule holds a universe of stories waiting to be told. Tomorrow awaits with questions unasked, mysteries unfolding, and the gentle pulse of discovery continuing softly, patiently, just like you. Beneath the velvet night, stars murmur in silence, whispering tales spun from light and time. Your breath, your heart, echo their ancient rhythm as the cosmos dances softly in endless embrace. Tonight, you join that dance in intimate step in the endless waltz. As you ease deeper into calm, let your mind float beyond the intimate world of molecules and atoms, outward into the vast, gentle expanse above. Imagine the night sky is a deep, dark ocean, speckled with shimmering lights, each one a star, burning softly yet fiercely across unimaginable distances. Stars are not distant, cold pinpricks, but living fires, breathing in steady rhythms that mirror your own. They fuse the very atoms we spoke of before, stirring hydrogen and helium into a warm, glowing dance. Their light is a story reaching across yond open space, a whispered conversation between the universe and you. Feel the cosmic breath in your own chest, every inhale a reminder of the stars that birthed the atoms in your very being. When you breathe in, you pull in traces of ancient suns, their energy folded into the air, slipping silently into your lungs. You carry the life of stars inside you, a connection stretching back billions of years. To understand this breath, picture a star as a glowing lantern, its light forged deep within, where immense pressure and heat nudge atoms so close they fuse, releasing energy in brilliant flashes. This fusion is not fire in the way you might know it. It's a gentle, powerful transformation, a cosmic caress where matter merges and light is born. The light travels far and wide, a wave and a particle, a quantum creature dancing on the edges of reality. When it reaches your eyes, it carries codes of color and warmth, painting for you the universe's secrets in strokes of gold, blue, and violet. Each photon is a tiny messenger, scattered from an ancient celestial hearth just to find you right now. Let your mind wander across the countless stars, knowing some have died long ago. Their light is just now arriving, a distant shimmer of history. It's as if the night sky is alive with old songs, whispered across time, waiting for ears curious enough to listen. Beyond the stars are galaxies, vast cities of untold billions, of suns twirling gracefully, spinning through the cosmic dark. Each galaxy is a community, a grand swirling dance where stars are born, live, and quietly fade into cosmic dust that will one day become new stars, new planets, and perhaps new breaths like yours. In this celestial dance, gravity is the gentle conductor. It doesn't push or pull with harsh force, but weaves the dance steps, guiding stars and galaxies into circles, spirals, and sometimes elegant collisions. Silent rhythm orchestrating sprawling beauty and order from seeming chaos. Picture the Milky Way, our own galactic home, a shining river of stars arching across the night. You and I, and all life on Earth, are part of this river and its endless flow. Imagine it as a soft glow bathing your skin, a cosmic embrace both ancient and ongoing. Till your heartbeat slows to match that rhythm, your body becomes a dock where cosmic waves arrive and rest. This connection whispers a comforting truth. You are not separate from the universe. Your atoms, your thoughts, your dreams are woven into the fabric of the stars. Stars have their life cycle, much like us. They grow, shine brilliantly, and eventually grow old, some collapsing quietly, others exploding in dazzling supernovas that scatter their elements into space, seeding the cosmos with the ingredients of new life. This is the universe's way of renewing, a soft cycle of death and rebirth, reflected in your own rest and renewal. As you listen to this cosmic story, carried on waves of starlight, consider that the light you see has traveled at a staggering speed of almost 300,000 kilometers. per second, yet some photons take millions or billions of years to reach your eyes. In that time, unimaginable changes have swept across galaxies and civilizations. But the light remains possibly unchanged, a tender thread connecting now and then. This thread weaves through your own thoughts, gently reminding you of the vastness surrounding you and the infinite mysteries still unfolding. Like good stories told softly before sleep, the stars invite you into wonder without urgency or demand. Now, allow this grand cosmic dance to fade slowly into the quiet stillness of night. Imagine yourself as a part of that endless waltz, the body you inhabit built from starlight and cosmic dust, moving gently in harmony with the rhythm of the universe. Before you drift fully toward rest, keep this tender image close. You are a constellation in your own right, a unique cluster of energy and waves, flickering softly against the vast darkness a note in the infinite lullaby. Sleep becomes not just rest, but a journey with the stars, soft glow of ancient fire guiding you inward and outward, a gentle embrace from the universe itself. Beneath your resting body, the earth hums softly, its ancient heart a slow, steady rhythm, whispering through stones and soil, cradling your every breath and step. Tonight, let yourself sink into Earth's quiet song as your eyelids grow heavy and the stars quietly wink their ancient lullabies. Let your attention drift gently downward, down through the pillow beneath your head, the mattress, and the floor, all the way to the Earth itself. This planet, your home in the vastness of space, is alive in its own subtle way, pulsing with a rhythm that echoes through time and beneath your very feet. The Earth's surface might seem solid and unmoving, but beneath lies a world of motion, slow, patient, and profound. Imagine the crust you rest on as a delicate shell, floating atop a simmering sea of molten rock called the mantle. This hidden ocean moves, not with waves of water, but currents of heated rock flowing as slowly as molasses, reshaping continents and carving mountains in a dance that takes millions of years. Feel the weight of this vast, slowly shifting rhythm, pulse of a planet alive in a deep slumber, breathing through geological time. The ground beneath you is more than dirt and stone. It is a record of ancient fires, forgotten oceans, and the tireless forces that shaped everything you see. Beneath the mantle lies the core, two parts, swirling like a molten ballet, a solid, inner core wrapped in a sea of liquid metal. This fiery heart spins, creating a magnetic shield that wraps around the Earth like an invisible blanket. This magnetic cocoon protects us from the endless rain of charged particles from the sun, a quiet guardian spinning day and night. Your body, your mind, and yes, your very atoms are part of this planetary story. Every breath you take draws on air shaped by forests, oceans, and the slow chemistry of life, all born from the Earth's warm breath. The minerals in your blood, the calcium in your bones, were forged in the ground long before your first awakening inch whispers in the sediments beneath your feet. And just like the stars in the vast sky, the Earth is always changing, always alive, though on a scale so slow it's easy to forget. Tectonic plates, enormous slabs of Earth's crust, drift imperceptibly, coaxing volcanoes to wake, mountains to rise, and valleys to deepen. The ground beneath shifts in tiny, deliberate steps, like a slow heartbeat, each pulse shaping the world you call home. Picture a mountain not as an unmoving giant, but as a living sculpture carved by time and pressure. The rocks within it tell stories of oceans turned to stone, of fiery explosions beneath the surface, and of endless cycles of growth and decay. The grains of sand beneath your feet carry the memory of ancient rivers, now silent, but forever present. In this quiet moment, you can almost hear the soft cracks and murmurs of the Earth's crust, a gentle symphony beneath the night's stillness. These are the whispers of earthquakes, the shifting breaths of tectonic dance partners circling the globe. They remind us that beneath the surface, the Earth is not still, but vibrant and alive. As you lie still, imagine your senses tuning to the Earth's magnetic heartbeat, a pulse that has guided travelers and animals for millennia. The compass in your pocket, the quiet turning of your brain's inner compass, are all reflections of this ancient planetary rhythm. You and the Earth share this invisible dance, a connection woven into the fabric of your being. Your mind may wander to the rich soil outside, a soft, dark quilt made of decayed life and minerals, harboring tiny universes of microbes, worms, and roots, all busy weaving the web of life. This living skin beneath the grass knits together the cycles of growth, nourishment, and renewal. It holds the past and seeds the future, quietly bearing the weight of forests and fields alike. Consider the water flowing beneath the surface, the steady seep of underground rivers and aquifers, the slow drip of time itself. This hidden water nurtures cities, feeds plants, and replenishes rivers that sing the songs of life far beyond your sleep. It moves unseen, a gentle pulse beneath the earth's solid face, and within your own body, the minerals and elements formed by Earth's ancient fires support every cell, every breath, every beat of your heart. In this way, you become a vessel for the planet's quiet story, its history, written not just in textbooks, but in the very molecules of your being. As you inhale deeply, imagine drawing in the essence of the earth itself, the faint scent of wet soil, the freshness of a mountain breeze, the softness of moss growing on shaded stones. These are the tangible echoes of a planet breathing alongside you. There is a calm power in this connection, a reassurance that your place is safe within this slow-moving, ever-changing world. The earth beneath you holds you gently, like a cradle, made strong by eons, its movements steady enough to carry you into rest. Think of the cycles of seasons, unfolding with deliberate grey springs, tender greening, summer's warm embrace, autumn's gentle shedding, and winter's quiet hush. Each phase is a breath in the earth's eternal rhythm, inviting you to slow down along with it, to embrace the natural flow of rest and renewal. Your thoughts become softer, lighter, carried by the rhythm of tides, pulled by the moon's gentle gravity. The oceans, vast and mysterious, breathed with Earth's pulse, their waves a song of connection between the heavens and the depths. Their endless rise and fall is a lullaby, an invitation to drift peacefully into sleep. As you surrender to this planetary song, know that the earth beneath, the air around, and the quiet stars above are all parts of a vast, living whole. Your bones share the ancient secrets of rock. Your blood flows in harmony with rivers. Your dreams echo the endless cycles of sky and soil. Before sleep takes you completely, hold this tender thought close. You rest upon a planet alive with slow, measured breaths, a living story written in stone and water, fire and air. The earth's gentle pulse is a lullaby sung softly through your body and the world around you. Tonight, you are both watcher and participant in this quiet dance, a presence cradled by the earth's enduring song. Let that knowledge soothe your mind and body, carrying you gently down a path of serene rest, where curiosity may drift into dreams filled with the silent strength of stones and the soft murmur of ancient waters. In the hush of darkness, light tiptoes softly, weaving colors like whispers through the quiet sky. Each photon is a gentle traveler, a messenger of warmth, painting dreams with hues spun from the smallest sparks. Tonight, let light's quiet dance wrap you in its embrace. As your body settles deeper into the comforting embrace of night, imagine the gentle dance of light swirling softly around you, a delicate companion to your journey towards sleep. Light is more than just the brightness that fills a room or the glow of stars above. It is a silent storyteller, weaving stories of color and energy that ripple through your world in invisible waves and tiny packets. Picture light as a quiet stream flowing through the air, made of shimmering drops called photons. These photons are the smallest messengers of energy, each one carrying a precise amount of power and color. Slipping past your eyelids like butterflies in a slow, elegant ballet, they travel at the fastest speed in the universe, yet their touch is soft, illuminating, cooling, guiding without a sound. But light also holds secrets. It is not just a wave, nor just a particle, but both at once, a shimmering paradox that embodies the poetry of science itself. Sometimes it ripples smoothly like waves on a lake, wrapping around corners, and sometimes it arrives in bursts, little flickers of energy that knock electrons loose from atoms, setting the stage for sparkling colors and warm glows. As your mind drifts in this quiet realm, let yourself wander into the spectrum of colors that light reveals. A palette painted by nature's own brush, each color is a note in the symphony of light, defined by the wavelength of its photons, the distance between the wave's peaks, or the speed of its tiny pulses. Red, with its long, lazy waves, feels warm and deep. Blue, with its short, rapid flickers, cool and distant. Green, orange, violet, each telling a tale of its own energy and journey. You might recall the way sunlight passes through a prism, splitting into a rainbow like spilled droplets of a secret code. This simple magic is the language of light's composition, carved by nature's laws and ready for you to read. Every ray bears encoded information about where it's been, how it was made, and what it might yet reveal. Within your own world, colors whisper messages to your eyes and brain. They reveal the ripeness of a fruit, the warmth of a flame, the calm of a clear sky. Your gaze touches light's stories every moment, painting your perception with richness, depth, and emotion. Light carries not just images, but moods and memories, woven into the dance of photons and shadows. Imagine in your mind the subtle glow of a firefly, flashing in quiet rhythms. Its light is a tiny, deliberate beacon in the night, a living pulse. Like fireflies, bioluminescent creatures use light as a language, a gentle signal through darkness, each flicker a whisper. This natural glow reminds us that light is not just from the sun, but from life itself, an intimate connection stretching from stars to the smallest insects. Consider now the soft glow of the moon, a borrowed light reflected and diffused through a veil of clouds. It bathes the night in silver calm, transforming the dark into a tranquil landscape of shadow and shimmer. Moonlight tells of distance, patience, and the passage of time, inviting your thoughts too slow to wander, to settle into the quiet. Light also shapes the nighttime world you rest within. Fireflies, candles, stars all cast gentle glimmers that break the darkness without overwhelming it. These delicate illuminations provide a rhythm, a pulse to the night, a balance between rest and alertness, between shadow and form. Each flicker of light is also an invitation, a hint of the hidden quantum dance beneath. When a photon meets an atom, it can spark a tiny jump of an electron, a burst of color, or a whisper of heat. This interaction is the secret conversation between energy and matter, the cause of every shimmer you see, from the gleam of morning, due to the glow behind a cat's eyes in the dark. Your own body embraces this quiet magic. The warm glow of a nightlight comforts you. The colors of sunset lull your mind. The gentle flicker of candlelight steadies your breath. Light, in its many forms, acts like a tender hand, guiding your senses toward rest or awakening, keeping your rhythm aligned with the world's natural cycles. And just as light can be both wave and particle, seen and unseen, it's also a bridge between the grand cosmos and your most intimate moments of calm. It carries whispers from distant stars, travels through the vast nothingness of space, and settles softly on your skin, a reminder of the vast and wondrous universe you are part of. As you begin to fold yourself into sleep, consider this: the colors you say and the ones hidden beyond sight are echoes of energy dancing through the tiniest spaces. Light's vibrant symphony is the language of the cosmos, the gentle pulse that ties your breath to that of distant galaxies, the song that hums beneath the silence of night. Before your thoughts drift off completely, leave a space for wonder. What stories does the light that has traveled billions of years carry to your eyes? What colors live beyond the edges of human sight? And how might the tiniest spark, the faintest glow, hold the key to understanding the universe's deepest mysteries? In the quiet dance of photons, feel yourself softly carried, embraced by light's gentle rhythm, a lullaby, sung in color and energy. Let every flicker, every hue, every whispered beam of light guide you inward, toward peaceful dreams filled with the glimmering possibilities of the unseen. Sleep well now, wrapped in the tender glow of light, dancer, storyteller, and guardian of night, until the dawn softly wakes you with a new symphony of colors and whispers.